Welcome back. We're at home and it's so miserable out there again. Rain. It's been just a terrible month. And I've decided that I'm going to work on the inflatable. As you know, if you've watched the previous ones about the inflatable, I'm replacing the transom because the old ones were rotten and even more rotten. So we've stripped out. I don't know if you can see down here. We've let me just turn it down for you. All right. I don't know if you can see me. We've now just put the second layer on, and what I found, I did try to start with a brush, but I found the best way to do it was to dap it on with a sponge. So that's what I've done. I've done all the way down now twice. Another 20 minutes to wait. We put another coat on, another 20 minutes, and we put the fourth coat on, and then we put it all together, we hope. We've done all the inside of the linings here and there, but I've not done the flap. I've just put a bit along the bottom. So what I'm going to do is put it all together, and then I'm going to do the flaps later. Once that's in and solid, then I can see how that goes. So the glue is still, yeah, I'm not sure how long this epoxy takes to go off. I did measure it exactly, so hopefully it will go. Anyway, let's go and have a cup of tea and a bicky while we wait for another 20 minutes for that lot to dry. Then when that lot's dry, we put one more lot on, and then we go. Anyway, not too bad at the moment. Right. Day 2 of mending the transom on the back of my little inflatable boat, which is going to be the tender for Sweet Sarah. Now, as you can see, oh, you can't see it from that side. Hang on, let me just turn it round there so you can see. Yeah, so we've stuck it in here with the epoxy stuff and everything, so that really is stuck in there. Whether it's waterproof, I'm not sure, but the only way we can test that is when we actually get on the get it out to sea, can't we? So what we're going to work on today is this bottom bit here, which is here. So what we've got to do, what I'm going to do is give this a good clean and a rub down and a sand down. Give this a sand down, right? And then what we're going to do is fold that up and stick it onto there. Now I'm not sure whether I should put something along there to hold it. I could do with some really strong ticky tape, couldn't I? But so that's today's project. To do that, it's the first time I've used epoxy glue or epoxy, and yeah, peculiar stuff, isn't it? It took about an hour and a half before it really started to set. You know, I've left it overnight now. My God, it does stick like shit to a shovel, doesn't it? So yeah, so we've got little tiny, I don't know if you can see little gaps down here where the thing. So what I'm going to do is put loads of epoxy in there so it actually fills those holes up, and then push this round. I think I might, where is it? I've got a hairdryer here. Is actually warm this plastic up so it's more sort of pliable, so I can stick it on and it'll be better. But I'm not sure whether I should. I might do that is actually just get a couple of little tacks, little tiny pins, you know, nails, and just tack that, because that's an added bit to it, isn't it? So it's not as if it's, yeah, I think we'll do that, shall we? Anyway, let's rub it all down. You don't want to watch me rub things down with emery paper, do you? Oh, sandpaper. Anyway, day 2. I reckon 3 days, get this done, wouldn't it? Right, I invested in a brush. I know, trying to save money. cost me £1. So I presume you can't clean them once you've used them for epoxy. Anyway, so what we're doing now is we're putting the second coat. I've already done one coat. It's been half an hour, so that's allowed to dry. So we're now going to put the second coat of epoxy on, yeah, just to make sure it's nice and sticky. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. And yeah. I was watching YouTube last night on epoxy, and they say once you start getting a bit of heat in the jar, or in your tub, with the epoxy, you know it's beginning to act with the hardener apparently. So it stays very runny until until you get that temperature in it. And once you get the temperature in it, then it starts to go off apparently very quickly. So and the time for that is sort of in excess of apparently an hour. So so I'm just going along with it. If we mess it up, then we just take it off and we start again, don't we? I can't see. As I say, I must admit, it is easier with the brush than what it was with that sponge. But you know me, if I can save a couple of dollars here and a couple of pennies here, I will do. So so this is coat number 2. You literally just slap it on everywhere, don't you? There we go. I think I'm getting a hang of it. I think it seems okay now, doesn't it? We certainly are putting loads of gooey stuff on it, and yes, right. Well, that's coat number 2. So we go away now and give it half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll put coat number 3 on. And then once we've done that, we can try and fold all this down. I don't know how successful it'll be, to be honest with you, but I only need this because I don't know if you've been following the channel, but Sweet Sarah, which is the name of my wonderful boat, junk rig, 22-foot new ridge, is at the moment it's on the hard, which I'm doing loads of work on. If you've been watching that, I've just put a rebirth in, which is wonderful, mattress and everything, which is good. And when it's out on its swing mooring out in the harbour at Wales, which is the best of both worlds, because when it's low water, it'll be sitting on its bilge keels, and I can walk out to the boat. Yeah, literally walk out to it. Just got to walk across the stream, get to the boat. But of course, at high water, I can't get to it. So hence, getting a little dinghy here. So really, it's only got to go 30, 40 yards just across the stream to get to the boat. So so I suppose this job hasn't really got to be 100%, and it didn't cost me much either, because the transom was totally shot. The guy didn't give it away, but virtually gave it away to me, which was wonderful. And I invested, I suppose, all in all, once I've got it all done and everything, fiberglass, not fiberglass, the resin, the wood and everything, I suppose it's going to cost me maybe £80, $80. That's everything. So I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go and have my famous cup of tea. Everybody says you always drink your tea. Yorkshire tea, by the way, always drink Yorkshire. I always wondered why in England, you have Typhoon, you have Red Label, all these funny teas, but we do have a tea brand called Yorkshire tea. Now, I've been to Yorkshire, and there's no tea plantations in Yorkshire. I've looked. They don't grow it in Yorkshire. So why it's called Yorkshire tea, I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody out there will let me know. Hey, yeah. Unless there's a part of tea land that's called Yorkshire. I don't know. And yeah. Anyway, Yorkshire tea. Be good. We'll be back doing in a minute. Oh dear, it's going to be tea.